Hello everybody. Okay, so like I have in the beginning of the video, I am doing a layout, a process video, and I'm using the sketch from the Creative Scrappers blog, and it is one of their newest, I believe it is the newest sketch that they just posted. I love to use sketches, and they have amazing sketches at this blog. If you have not checked it out, I will leave the link down below. I think I'm going to be doing a lot more process videos using these sketches, and I'll make sure that I give them credit. Okay, so all of the papers that I'm using for this layout are from the November Scraptastic um, Shake It Off kit, and I didn't get the add-on. I just got the regular, just their main kit, and I follow sketches pretty much to the T, so I like to put circles where they're supposed to go on the sketch, and I pretty much follow them. Um, Now, if you noticed on the sketch, it shows stars. I decided to go more with hearts, and this is actually a very old photo. It's a photo of my daughter when she was 6. She's now 17, so it's 11 years old. I just wanted to go back and do a few of her photos to put in her photo book since she's pretty close to 18 now. I wanted to make sure that all of hers is done. So I had already cut out all of the circles using my Spellbinders number 7, and I had already cut my papers to the size that I needed them. And I'm just using the plain, it's kind of like a nice teal aqua solid cardstock background. These scratch-ons or rub-ons or whatever you call them, scratch offs or that those came in the kit, and so I wanted to make sure that I used some of those. So I cut out a few of my favorite little phrases, and I pulled out a tag that says my story. Oh, and I pulled out the flare, but only one kind of went with it, and that flare said favorite stories, I believe it was. Because of the circles, I wanted to make sure I used at least one of the flare. The other two really didn't go with the layout much. Um, I did actually use quite a few of the scratch-ons, rub-ons. I always want to say scratch-offs or rub-ons. So um, here I'm just kind of cutting everything and making sure that I kind of add a little bit to the circles. I'm gonna have some trouble when I get to the title, and I guess when I get there, that's towards the end. You'll see that. So here I'm just going to add those. Let me see if I can tell you what those rub-ons say. Okay, so the one that I'm putting on now says, I love everything about this. And I had some trouble with one of them, the one that I put right underneath that heart there that I'm putting on now. These rub-ons are such good quality that you can't tell when it's actually on the paper because the plastic on top is so thick. See, here's where I kind of make a little mistake, but you can still read it. It's just part of the T is kind of messed up, and I tried to fix it, but there was no way I was going to be able to fix that. That one said it's the little things, and the one that I'm putting on now says happy, happy, happy. And then right next to the happy, happy, happy was this little line of dots, like little dash marks, and so I just put that kind of above the happy, happy, happy. What am I doing now? Oh, I'm putting the flare down. Oh, and I wanted to put some string on that My Story tag. So here I'm kind of showing you all of the different embroidery floss colors that I have. I just love all, having that to choose from, so many different colors. And so I picked the perfect color, and I just kind of tied a knot at the end of that so that it wouldn't be flopping around. I like to do that with my tags now, kind of knot the ends of them sometimes. And here I am thinking about what I wanted to put on next. Oh, I went to go look for little tiny embellishments because on the sketch it has a bunch of little tiny dots and little stars. And so I wanted to find a whole bunch of little things to kind of add for my embellishments as well. And so I pulled out some enamel dots and some wooden stars from, I believe those are Studio Calico. And I'm just putting them exactly pretty much where the sketch called for them. I don't stray much from a sketch. Maybe that's something I'll have to challenge myself to do at one of these sketches. Kind of change it up just a bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue down some of the hearts. I'm going to figure out exactly where I want to put them all. I didn't want it to just be all enamel dots, so I liked mixing the wood veneer in with the enamel dots. I didn't really over embellish this. I just that's pretty much all I put on. I did put on a few labels. Oh, and those thickers, those are by American Crafts. They are maple font. I love the font. They are so fun, and they're in white. And here I'm trying to figure out what alpha I want to use for the rest of my title. I just pulled that from my stash. And the title is actually really kind of funny. I had some trouble trying to figure out what I wanted to title this because it is a photo of my daughter when she was younger, and just kind of looking back at how little she was, it just makes me so sad. I have another daughter that's 6 now, and it just to think of her growing old like that, just it makes me so sad. Now the title, where I'm putting it now, that's where the sketch kind of called for. It's not going to work for me, so I am going to move that because, as I pointed to my story, I didn't want my story to look like it was part of the title at all. So I did move it, and parts of my other title was going to float. So I ended up titling this Never Grow Up, and then in brackets I put or grow a beard, or a beard. Meaning, because she's got a little suds beard on her face from she was taking a bath. I love these little tiny alphas, but I do have to use my tweezers to get those on because they're just so tiny. I don't even remember where I got those. Those were in my stash. And here's where I decided to put that little kind of subtitle. I hope that makes sense. So it says never grow up or a beard. And I think that it should make sense because it says grow so large. I should have sped this up. Okay, so yeah, the one thing I don't like about those little alphas is all the centers are just so tiny. So I just kind of, on one finger, I stick the centers, and then I end up throwing them all away at one time because I have so many little tiny pieces and I don't like to stick them back on the sheet. So I stick them on one finger and then I just kind of throw them all away at once. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and continue putting on a few more of, oh, nope, I'm going to go ahead and put that banner on now. Now the banner that I pulled out, that blue, it's kind of a navy blue. The color went, but I didn't like the pattern. So I went ahead and cut that off and just used the white banner inside because I like the phrase. It says imagination is everything. And, I was just thinking because she was in the bathtub and, you know, putting on a beard, very imaginative, like a child. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of the hearts, and I really don't do anything else to this layout. It was actually very, very quick. It took me less than an hour. I want to say about 40 minutes. And other than just cutting my papers and my circles, which took maybe 5 minutes at the most, um, and that would be about it. Just got to lay down some more enamel dots. And I used lots of different colors, lots of different lines. These are some enamel dots that I don't have back in the packages, so I don't know what lines they're from. They're just something that kind of matched. And then I'm going to kind of show you, I'm going to slow it down just a little bit here in a minute, and I'm going to show you close-ups. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and catch y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.